Hey everyone, this is Melvin from CODutility.com, and I'm here to give you guys another tutorial. This is the BlackOps remapping and modding tutorials series that I've been working on. This will be tutorial number 11, number 12, depending. I've added a couple tutorials that really aren't in the series, but in a sense are probably added to the playlist. But, you know, in a sense, just little tips or tricks or whatever requests that people have asked for. But we're going to get back to FX today. And really, I looked at the last tutorial and there's not much left to cover. So we're going to reiterate on, I've had a couple questions. How do you change or how do you create an effect into a looping effect? So we'll cover that again in a little more detail. And then we'll look at the ability to add effects or sprites and lights. But we're not going to get into too much of that because already, I mean, by this point, you guys pretty much know this stuff. Okay, so first off, let's get to the scene. Okay, so in our scene here, we're looking at, this is alleyway. And there's going to be some tutorials. I've already started the building. This will be the next tutorial, is the refacing build of the buildings, but that's the next one. Okay, so for this one here, what we're looking at, someone asked about Spark. Someone said that hey, I want to add a spark to the map, and I'm having an issue with it because it's only one shot, but I want it to be something repetitive. So how do I do that? So up here on the right side, you might see that we've got, hold on, I just want to make sure everything's going. Okay, yeah. Up here on the right side, we've got the FX_ teleporter. If you type in Spark in your FX browser, and again, you get there by going to View, Toggle, and finding your FX browser. Oop, clicking on that, and that will bring it up. You can dock these anywhere you want. So this here can be docked over here. Or it can be, and we all know this stuff already, so I'm going to leave that alone. Okay, so we're going to grab this here Spark here, FX Teleporter elec_strike_spark OS, and we're grabbing this one here because it's a one shot. We're going to put this in right here. Oop, a little far away. Let's bring that back here. Okay, so we've got this effect, and really nothing's really happening with this effect. So we can see all the other effects are playing, but why isn't this one playing? Okay, so, well, this one's not playing because realistically it is a, sorry, we're just going to find the effect here. I've got a lot of effects in this map already. Okay, so here's the effect in the FX outliner. Again, you get that to View, Toggle, FX outliner. And okay, when we're looking at this here, we've got the Spark Glow, we've got Spark Out Core, we've got Spark Out Core 1, our Spark Out Core 2, Spark Out, there's a lot of little pieces in this, what would you call it, effect. So okay, so as we see, this effect is absolutely huge. There's quite a bit to it, so we're gonna have to really work this one if we want to make this a repetitive effect. So if you look here, you can see it happens one time and one time only there. We can again look at that, hit the stop button, stop all the effects, and you can see that boom, one big effect. Okay, so what do we want out of that? What kind of spark effect? We're gonna go for something kind of mild. And so first off, what we're going to do is we're going to right click on this like we did in the last video, and we're going to go to Save Effect As. This is going to allow us to go into our own folder that we've created earlier. We're going to go in here and we're going to select the spark, and I'm going to make this an FX spark, but I'm going to have it a blinking loop. And so we've already named one here, and we're going to save this one here like this. You guys will be saving it to an original name, so you won't have to replace it, but same thing. Okay, so now we've got this as in a, again, like a Melvin or your effect or whatever, and it's a custom effect, so we can play with this to our heart's content, and we can see what works and what doesn't. And a good thing for this here, we're going to pull this over just a little bit if we can, so we can get to the eyeballs. And again, you've got a lot of different things here going on. And as you can see, there's the count, the end times, the start times for stuff. And you can see everything in here is pretty much under 2 seconds. 2000 milliseconds would be just 2 seconds. You know, here's 100 milliseconds. These are really short little burst effects, at least for the most part. So, okay, so what do we have in here? When we have in here, we look here, we highlight the first one here. It's a Spark Glow. We see it's a one shot. So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to switch that to a loop. As you can see here, we've got a blinking little light pattern. And we're going to go over here to the core, and we're going to click that to a loop. Okay, and so now we've got a core that's sparking, but not often. Again, this is a blinking effect. We're not making something super special here, trying to give you an idea of how to convert effects over. Okay, so we've got Spark Core Out 1, and we're going to just try and hide this one here. We're going to hide this one here, and we're going to Spark Out 2. This is again a one shot. For the most part, what we're going to actually do, before we go too much to this, let's switch them all to looping, because we can learn something from this. So as we go through here, we saw all our effects to looping. We're going to start to see the effect take place like you played the one time, but this time it's going to loop after every time after the death of the effect every time. Let's see here. Looping, sparkle, looping. There's quite a few in here. Now, obviously, this is getting pretty intense and using a lot of pieces that if we're having a blinking effect, we're not going to need. But why we're switching all the looping so that while it's playing, we can go through the effect and we can actually take the things that we don't want and take them out. Like this here, it's not being used. So let's remove this. So we're just going to go down here and remove selected element. I'm going to come down to this one here, remove selected element. And we're going to go back in here. We're going to check this one here is looping. The smoke, we want that looping. So yeah, it's starting to come together now. Sparks glow, want that to loop. Oh, you can see the spark and the glow. Oh, that's a nice effect. Okay, so as this comes in, as we get all these here switched over to looping, we can see that there will be some that we won't need, at least for our purposes. Now, for the purposes of the teleporter machine, obviously you want these grand effects to go boom and to be really impactful. But when you're trying to do little tiny things like a spark, you know, coming off a lantern, you might not want it to be this crazy or this impactful, if that's a word. So anyways, we're going to go through here and we're going to see one more time. We're going to just switch over all these things. Here's the bounce blue. Leave that on tall. And we're going to take this one here and we're going to put this one here again to looping. Okay, so all of these are looping now. Now what we can do is if you deselect it, you can see the effect. It's just going off and there's sparks going everywhere. They're bouncing off the ground. That's a really cool effect. Now what do we actually need then from this effect? So let's position this effect just a little bit over here. That's right by the light. Like the light is kind of tripping out. I'm going to select that again and we're going to come through here and we're going to just start knocking these out. I'm going to knock out all the eyes in here. I've already locked out these two cores. I'm going to keep just knocking them out. And as we knock them out, we're going to try and pay attention to what we want to see, what we don't really care about. Oh, let me take that one out too. Take that one out too for now. Now it's a little bit of a blast. Like it's blinking a little too heavy, right? So let's see here. Gonna get all of these out until we find out which ones we want and which ones we don't. Boy. That's a little better. So this here, this dynamic light, as you can see here, it's blinking off every card. We can dump that. Okay, so this light blue, that's going to save us a little bit. Let's remove this selected element and so forth. And so as you can see, we just start whittling down the effect till we get what we want. And if all we want is these sparks flying all over the place, maybe we also want a little bit of a pattern to it, you know, like that. We can dump all of the rest of them. So we literally can, I think we can go like this. Yeah. Grab all of these ones here, right click. And you do that by selecting the first, oh, let's do this. Select the first one, left click. Go down to the farthest one you're not using, and then hit shift, left click. We'll select them all. And we're just going to hit the right click. And then we're going to remove selected element. And that's going to remove all. And as you can see, we've knocked out a ton of effects. We actually have a pretty nice effect here. So I'm going to just take this one here. Remove this last one here, remove selected element. I'm going to save this one. I'm actually probably going to use this one. Just as some, you know, in a subtle place. Maybe where it is now. I like the sparks flying on the ground everywhere. It's kind of cool. Okay, so we've got a cool little effect here, and it's our own effect. We have to right click here. We're all done. You can see all our eyes are showing. We've gone into it a little bit. Lighting, same thing. Oh, we didn't really have to do it. Actually, I think we pretty much removed the light. Yeah, we did. Okay, so we've got our custom effect. We're going to right click on it. And we're just going to go to save selected effect. Okay, once you've done that, our effect is now saved. We can escape this. When we come back here, hitting the F9 key, you can see here's our effect is up there. And just by selecting that, we can take this effect here, and we can say move, Control C, Control V. Let's see where else can we put. Yeah, let's just move this one right over here. So as you see, this one now is right over the top of this lamp. Oh, pretty close. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so now we have sparks flying everywhere. And so you can see it's quite easy to play with effects. I don't think I'll cover too much more effects or too much more when it comes to the effect stuff, at least for now. I might come into making a custom effect here or there while I'm doing you know, more of the maps or doing the example stuff. But for now, this is it. That's it. I mean, effects are that easy, really. You can grab all the... Because they have such a vast library of effects, you can grab an effect that they have and you can customize it to what you need most of the time. And if there's something that you can't figure out, go to pseudoutility.com and post. For now, I'll say thanks for checking out the video. If you liked it, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to see more. We're going to have some preview videos of the drill coming up, and again, alleyway, which I still haven't done the name poll on Twitter, but I will get to that ASAP. Just been swamped with work and a bunch of other stuff. Seems to be always the excuse. But yeah, for now, thanks for checking it out, and we'll see you guys, girls, later. Everybody, peace.